Williams and Vucevic are inside. Josh Giddey out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's Buzelis in at the small forward position. And for Orlando, the backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell-Pope. Banchero and Carter Jr. make up the front court. And it's Wagner in at the 3. Vucevic a screen on Suggs. The season is still young, but it's been interesting to watch some of the rookies find their footing here in the NBA, Clark.
That's always one of the more interesting things for me. Everybody's journey of development is their own, and it's different. It has a unique pace. Some guys come in ready to contribute right away. They're in a good situation. Others, it takes a minute for them to find their stride. So watching it all unfold is really pretty cool.
Now here's Williams. Offline with a 3. Wagner for 3. Knocks it down from distance.
Coaching staff encouraging Wagner to take these quick hitting shots. They think it helps his confidence moving forward.
Vucevic a screen on Caldwell-Pope. Fires the 3. Vucevic's shot is off.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Offensive board. And it's slammed in by Carter.
Completing the fast break, Carter Jr. there, showing you what it looks like to be a rim runner.
The Bulls have gone 1 for 3 so far. Well, after a decade of uncertainty, Magic fans now have a lot to cheer about.
This is the most optimism they've had around the team since the Dwight Howard era. And it centers around their young star, Paolo Banchero. He is going to be a force for a very long time.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Jamal Mosley, and one of their main defensive focuses, Nikola Vucevic. Coach telling me that Vuce has the big body, plus he can really shoot it, but they really emphasized boxing him out. Nikola is great at converting misses into second chance points. Boxing out, back to basics, guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Here's Ball. Orlando making their last shot. And Ball throws it down.
Well, you can't let Ball get this deep. I mean, once he's this close to the rim, that far inside, he's ready for the throwdown.
Ball with a steal. And now the Bulls in transition. Here's Buzelis. Pass to Ball. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
Well, I tell you what, Ball doing a nice job using his size down in the post, rising up above his defender to get that one to go down.
Suggs, the pass to Banchero. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Snatched up. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Vucevic.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
4-3. He's looking good. 2 buckets in 3 attempts.
Man, he's bringing the energy, the efficiency. I love what he's doing offensively.
Puts up a deep 3. Suggs, no good. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Bulls. It's a 3-point game. One thing this team loves about Jalen Suggs, he is one tough guard, Clark.
Hey, he was the state football player of the year in high school. And you don't just forget about how to be tough when you've done what he's done on the gridiron. And it translates extremely well to the hardwood. I think he's one of the better on-ball defenders in the league right now.
Now here's Ball. He has 6. Outside Giddey. Vucevic, a screen on Caldwell-Pope. Here's Giddey. Banked it in off the glass.
And sometimes defenders just forget how tall Giddey is. I mean, the 6'8" guard is solid finishing inside.
Here's Suggs. Boom! He jams it straight down.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for for the rest of the team.
Ooh, he's piping hot. 4 for 4 from the field. No one can guard him out there.
Certainly looks that way to me, partner. I mean, his energy level is ramped up. I think he's been terrific right from the opening tip.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Caldwell Pope against Giddy. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Yeah, look at Giddy stealing the spotlight. What a jam.
The three from Suggs. They get it back. Carter can't get it to fall.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
Here's Giddy. And the layup is good off the glass. Giddy's got 6.
And they keep trading punches. Both teams in a groove early.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Shot from the inbound. He can't get that one to fall.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Chicago.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. Williams and Vucevic are inside. Ball is out there with Josh Giddey, and it's Buzelis in at the 3 slot.
Boy, Jalen Suggs just playing right through contact. I love his energy and aggressiveness there.
Orlando shooting their first free throw tonight.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
Now here's Giddey. Vucevic, a screen on Caldwell Pope. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Well, Clark, we hear coaches often say, trust your teammates. Why is that sometimes a challenge?
Well, you know, when you talk about passing the basketball, there's got to be a level of trust and confidence that where you pass it to is going to produce some fruit, and that it might come back to you if that's the best play. And then defensively, you can't be good defensively without communicating and trusting one another to cover for each other in the defensive scheme that you're playing. That's the thing about Suggs, a footballer in high school. He gives you physicality in the backcourt.
And out of bounds. The Magic will take it. It's the 2K leaderboard showing the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. Second, the Magic.
It seemed like almost every time they forced an error, they converted on it. Not just winning turnovers, but taking them to the bank.
Williams against Wagner. On the wing, Suggs. He's got 9. Here's Banchero. It's blocked.
When it comes to contesting shots, Buzelis is showing us that he's got great time.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, this young Magic roster has chemistry. Coach Jamal Mosley said they're so tight together. It's just organic. They're happy in creating these relationships over time, and it's because they're all just good kids that like being around each other. Guys, that's what you want.
Yeah, no question. Something to build on, Allie. Thank you.
Good decision that time by Wagner, taking it straight line to the rim. The defense had no chance to stop it.
Back to Giddey. Picked by Vucevic. Fires the 3. And it's Giddey missing. Magic trail by 7. And Clark, he's a former 1-1 back in 2022. The league better watch out. Paolo Banchero is coming.
And he's coming with force, B.A. Loved him his 1 year in college. Loved his mobility, his strength, his savvy, and all of that on display as he's going to be one of the bright stars in the years ahead in the NBA.
And Chicago has possession. Orlando making their last shot. Vucevic gets the bucket.
Yeah, something Giddey has always done well is share the ball. Tough to miss that wide open man.
Caldwell Pope, the pass to Carter. Suggs outside. There's the 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Outside Giddy. And that bucket makes him 4 for 7 today. Good production.
And so much fight in Josh Giddey. He showed it on the interior that time.
Suggs, no good. Bulls leading by 9.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Outside Giddy. Pass to Vucevic. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by Banchero.
Started out strong from three-point land. Hit 2 in the first quarter, but he's gone dry since. Already an excellent passer at his position. Banchero just loves showing off his court vision.
Now here's Ball. 12 points for him. And they get it back. Vucevic with it. To the inside. Another shot. 4 on the clock. Here's Giddy. That's in there. Vucevic with the assist. Giddy's gotten 4 this quarter.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot. Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Wagner with a steal. The 3 from Suggs. And another 3 for Orlando.
And he's single-handedly trying to keep them alive. Terrific scoring quarter. Will it be enough, though?
Pass to Vucevic. There's 47 seconds left in the first half. He drops it from range. Giddy's got 13. And so it's Suggs. He brings it up for the Magic. They trail by 6. Puts up a 3. Chicago with a rebound. Vucevic has got 4 rebounds now.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
There's 21 seconds left in the second. Zealous' shot is good.
He's finally leaving that dismal first quarter behind him. Took him a while to get going.
Now Suggs. 14 points for him. Banchero with a screen on Ball. Suggs finds Banchero. Zealous grabs the board. Here's Ball. And Chicago again with a bucket.
Scoring the ball, he has been lethal and efficient. Wow.
So we conclude the first half. Chicago ahead, up 11. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Taking a look here at Chicago, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah. Let us take some time now to talk about the first half. A commanding performance for the Bulls. That does it for halftime.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Boy, it's been quite a game for Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Goga Batadze is out there with Wagner. Then there's Jonathan Isaac, and it's De Silva in a 2-guard. So that's who Jamal Mosley starts the second half with. Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And it just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
The Sunmu for 3. And it's Orlando with a rebound.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Here's Black. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Now here's White. Smith outside. Back to White. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Wagner. Magic trail by 6. The 3 is up. Shot's good by Black. Black's got 5 now.
They're doing the job on both ends, getting stops and attacking offensively.
You know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys.
Now here's Smith. Yet to see a basket. And it's Collins penetrating.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
You know, Isaac had some injury struggles in his career, but he hasn't let that deter him. He still plays with a lot of intensity and gives this game his all.
Now here's Smith. Collins finds White. Shot clock at 6. Second chance shot. Back to Collins. Oh, persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Collins has got 4 points this quarter.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
If you allow him to get that close, you deserve to get scored on.
Outside White. Smith outside. There's the triple. And the three-pointer goes. Smith's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
We've seen growing confidence from Smith behind the arc. I mean, he takes these pretty readily now.
Shots good by Black.
Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
White looking it over. Smith outside. The kick out to White. Fires from deep. White missing again.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. He seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
Black passes to Isaac. Here's the Silva. They grab their own miss. Bulls leading by 3. And a fast break now for the Bulls. White, good.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Here's Black. 9 points in the game. Drains the triple.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's White. Now here's Dosunmu. And the shot's good. And the Bulls lead by 5.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
And the Magic surprising many league-wide, Clark, with how they've broken through.
And the way they're winning, I might add. I mean, rugged, physical defense is their identity and calling card. Not necessarily what you expect to see from a young team, B.A.
Here's Smith. Orlando making their last shot. Right side White. Pulls up. It's rebounded by Batase.
Well, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
They've really picked up the energy level and have willed themselves back into this game.
Yeah, you know, battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
Now here's White. Dosunmu on the wing. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. The shake. Pass to Smith. Takes a 3. Drills it from deep. Smith's got 6 points.
Yeah, Smith loves this shot, or really any shot on the arc that he could find.
Here's Black. Uses the glass on the layup. Black's got 16 in the second half.
Hey, I keep feeding him every trip. It's not complicated. He's been on fire this quarter. Feed him the rock.
And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball.
Take a risk with those long passes. They're lucky the D couldn't collect it.
Wagner with a steal. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game. Both teams putting up points in a hurry. It's the Bulls up. Head coach Billy Donovan is mic'd up.
hold your ground. Don't let him back your way in. Just hold.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. On the court for Chicago, Williams and Vucevic are inside. Josh Giddey out there with Lonzo Ball, and it's Buzelis in at the 3 spot. From deep, Giddey. It's rebounded by Banchero. Banchero's got 4 rebounds now. And it's slammed in by Carter.
Once it's up in the air, they trust Carter will come down with did he ever.
Vucevic, a screen on Suggs. Ball passes to Vucevic. Nice D from Wagner. And Suggs has got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. They lead by 1. On the wing, Caldwell-Pope. Giddey defends. They get the rebound. Banchero outside. Beyond the arc. It's not going to go for him.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. Sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Giddey with a screen on Suggs. He takes it in. Buzelis. And the shot goes in.
Looking agile on the attack, it's so good to see Buzelis taking the initiative on offense and capitalizing.
Caldwell-Pope finds Banchero. Back to Caldwell-Pope. That 3's off the mark. The Bulls have gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Here's Vucevic. The kick out to Williams. The 3 is up. It's hauled in by the Magic.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions.
And there's the rejection. And the basket is good. He got it to go, and he took the bump. So a free throw coming up, an opportunity at a 3-point play. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Magic.
Well, they did a tremendous job keeping guys fresh. Their aggressiveness took over, showcased by their points off the fast break.
I love the fact they've done tremendous work on the offensive glass. A lot of second chance opportunities as they've kept that ball alive.
Giddey against Caldwell-Pope. For 3. Orlando grabs the miss. Banchero's got his 6th rebound on the night. Down low. Here's Carter, and it's slammed in by Carter.
With obvious length and jumping ability, Carter Jr. can get it going above the rim and make it look easy.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Vucevic finds Giddey. Vucevic, a screen on Caldwell-Pope. Ball right side. Good chance here for Vucevic. Rebounded by Suggs.
Yeah, you have to knock those down. Open shots inside the arc are rare in this league.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
1:58 left in the game. And Josh Giddey is going to pick up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Orlando with the ball. A great fourth quarter. Just giving up 2 points. Shot clock at 5. Oh, there's the alley. And the shot no good. A bit short.
Well, it's a make-or-miss league. Sometimes the Jays just don't fall. It wasn't a bad shot.
Pass to Buzelis. Now Vucevic. And Franz Wagner picks up the foul. That's his 1st foul.
And just wasn't able to set up in time.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
The 3 from Ball. And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
I understand why he took the shot. They need the points, but that's just not a good look.
Bulls trail by 4. Going inside, and Ball throws it down.
And Ball is one of those guys, he wants to rock in his hands in these key situations because his teammates expect him to deliver, and he knows that he can.
Suggs, no good. Chicago has got nothing to fall from outside the arc here in the fourth. 0 for 4. Vucevic, the pass to Ball. Back to Vucevic to tie it up. money. And he's tied it up. What a shot.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes. Jalen Suggs was known for knocking down big-time hoops in college, and we're already seeing it translate here in the NBA as well. Great confidence from that young man.
Picked by Vucevic. Outside Giddey. The Bulls need to get off a shot. Have the Bulls get it back. Pass the ball. Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Tries again. Outside, Williams. Vucevic, a screen on Banchero with the clock winding down. Stolen by Carter. And so they choose to intentionally foul. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. All right, guys, what's your take?
No real need for that timeout unless they can miraculously score 4 points in less than half a second.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams.
A sloppy turnover. When you're not locked in, pay the price.
So a close game here sees Orlando taking this one. This one was in the balance right until the final.
Greetings, everyone. Well, so here's Miami's starting group. They've got Adebayo. He's out there with Andrew Wiggins. And it's Ware in at the 5. And for Orlando, underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. Sliding in at the wing, we'll see Caldwell Pope and Wagner. And it's Suggs in at the point. Hero from long range. And as a coach, Stan, what's something you try to establish at this stage?
I think there's two things, Kevin. First, we're trying to build our habits the right way, everything. From the way we practice, to the way we prepare for games, to the way we warm up, all of it. And then second of all, we're trying to figure out our rotation. Who's going to start, who's going to come off the bench, which groups work well together. It's an ongoing process.
A lot of moving parts, you're right.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
Here's Heisman. Three-pointer. They get it again. Here's Ware. Good work defensively by Carter. We play just over a minute here in the first. Here's Suggs. And the layup is good.
Yeah, finessing his way around down low. Suggs found an opening for the score.
Outside, Hero. Over Suggs. Money from the wing. Hero's got 5 now.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Working his way from scout to head coach, Jamal Mosley was a longtime assistant under Rick Carlisle. He has paid his dues, Coach.
Yeah, and Kevin, I really admire the guys that put in the time, as you say, pay their dues and get themselves ready for when they get the opportunity. There's a lot of outstanding younger coaches in this league, and Jamal Mosley's as good as any of them.
Yep, I would agree.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Suggs just staying active and goes to the line now.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And taking a look back at last year's numbers, he's about a 76% shooter.
Well, the Miami Heat have always been in contention, Stan, for the East, and you've worked in the organization. Why is that?
Well, look, Kevin, I'll admit to a bit of a bias here, but they have a great coach, maybe the best in the league. He's been there since 2008. That consistency and continuity really helps. And this team expects themselves to win no matter what they go through.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David. Here's Suggs, following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. And that one is good from Suggs.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Outside, Hero. 1:37 left in the first quarter. Looking at Miami, they want to turn it around after the loss to Cleveland. And that one's good.
Raw speed helps them out there, keeping them ahead of the defense on the fast break.
Now, Hero. Boy, he just disappeared against Cleveland. They needed him. And no good that time. Great defense that time from Banchero.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Carter with the screen. Three-pointer on the way. And Ware pulls it down. Ware's got his 5th rebound in this one. And stolen by Wagner. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Back to Wagner. And here is Suggs. Wagner outside. No good on the 3. The Heat trail by 4. Here's Hero. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, this is where Hero can really hurt you. You can't let him shake free in transition.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Releases. And it's Banchero missing.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed. That's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Yeah, and I love to see this kind of communication between teammates. Great player movement, great ball movement.
Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. And it's Carter in at the 5 spot. This is out there for Orlando.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Well, there's a unique profile for Wendell Carter Jr., a tremendous rebounder and shooter, and now he's playing on a pretty good team, and he's a big reason why.
He sure is. Look, he's really big at 6'10", 270. All right, top 20 in the league in rebounding and effective field goal percentage. Can shoot the 3. Great blend of size, skill, and toughness.
And here's Adebayo outside. It's hauled in by the Magic. Carter's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Bucket is good. Banchero's got 5 points so far.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
There's the pick, and there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
A moment here now to see the numbers for Paolo Banchero. Last season, he played outstanding. He averaged 22 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. And for him, it's all about getting better each time he takes the floor.
Yeah, his coaches and teammates see that drive he has, which is why they want to continue helping him in whatever ways they can.
And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. The Heat trail by 3. Outside, Hero. Tipped away. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. No one near Banchero as he lets it go. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
And this is the type of go-to scorer this team wants Banchero to be. They love his confidence.
To halt the run. It's hauled in by the Magic.
You got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
The B just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's the reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight.
And Greg, you talk about toughness, the compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
Well, we saw Suggs' ability to take over games at the collegiate level, doing the same here in the NBA.
Hero against Suggs. Now, Hero, he's covered closely, off on the layup. Orlando leading by 6. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And that one drops for him.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Hero against Suggs. Nifty move. And Hero with the layup. Hero's got 12 in the game.
Well, this team relies on Hero's offensive production, and tonight he has delivered.
And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
1:58 left in the first half of the game. Suggs kicks to Banchero. Suggs against Wiggins. 6 on the shot clock. Caldwell Pope pass to Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
Oh, big-time dunk by Banchero. I like seeing the aggressive side of this young man.
And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with the statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well-deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city. Plus, he's already got a street named after him.
Well, one thing you like about Jalen Suggs is this guy's a hard worker. You see that on the court, and you see it off in the way he's continued to work on his game.
And Stan, after a few down years, the magic has been recaptured here in Orlando.
It sure has, Kevin. They've had great draft picks. They have a couple of young franchise cornerstones. They've got size. They've got guys who will continue to improve. This team's got a chance to be really, really good going forward.
Pass to Carter. Wagner outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Wagner's got the lead up to 8 now for Orlando.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Hero kicks to Adebayo. They set the pick. And Adebayo throws it down.
Well, that's on the defense there. You can't let Bam get primetime positioning inside.
To the paint. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And one area where they've improved here in the second quarter is getting the ball in the paint. That inside scoring has gotten much stronger.
Wagner no good on the free throw.
Well, you know, at 6'10", Wagner brings a lot of versatility to the court with his scoring, passing, and ability to defend multiple positions.
Orlando shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Get loud. It's your 4:07 paint speed.
And the first one drops. Both free throws good from Suggs.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Outside, Hero. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Magic lead by. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Fans, please direct your attention.
Taking a look here now at the Magic. You really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason. Yeah, you
And looking now at that first half, anything that could have gone wrong did go wrong for the Miami Heat. And that is it for halftime.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. We're seeing a tremendous game from Jalen Suggs.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
Here's what Eric Spoelstra will start in the second half. Robinson is out there with Rozier. Then there's Kevin Love. Then there's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Jovic in at the force line. Rozier looking around. And easy 2 points on the layup. Rozier's got his first bucket in this one.
He's a competitor. Even amongst the trees, Rozier has such confidence in his ability to finish.
Black, no good. The Heat trail by 10. Jacks up a three. And it's Rozier missing.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Heat shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Pass to Love. The kick out to Rozier. Robinson for three. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Robinson's got it back down to within single digits for the Heat. This league, Stan, and you've watched it and coached it for years, has the best players in the entire world. And some guys, though, can kind of be overlooked. Like Terry Rozier, for instance.
Yeah, look, here's a guy who's averaged 28 points a game. He can create offense for other people. He plays hard, was an outstanding defender early in his career. He's an important piece for any team he's on.
And what speed, and Stan, what athleticism.
Yeah, no question about it. This guy's somebody who shouldn't be under the radar. Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Pass to Jaquez. Back to Rozier. Fires for three. Rebound by the Magic. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Here's Black. Nothing on the board. Pass to Wagner. Back to Black. Here's De Silva. Wagner passes to Black. Buries the long-range jumper. Black's got the lead up to 12 now for the Magic.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Rozier up top. And he dumps it down.
Man, Rozier getting up. Impressive to see someone his size finish with authority.
That's tipped. Robinson with it. Defended now by Wagner. Left side, Rozier. Got that one up quick. Rozier's got 7 points. Stan, we have so many great players in this NBA. I mean, every night, from top to bottom, each roster, there are so many great players. But in your opinion, who is the toughest to game plan against?
Wow, that is a tough question because there's so many of them where there's no good answers. You know, let's take Jokic, for example. If you play him one-on-one, he's going to score virtually every time. If you come in, double team him, send the second defender, he's going to make the right pass all the time. There's no way to absolutely stop him. You just do the best you can to limit their team.
The great ones always have answers, don't they, Stan?
If they didn't, Kevin, they wouldn't be the great ones.
That's right. Robinson sets a screen for Rozier. Drives to the hoop. It's deflected. Here's Bitadze. Tries again. Kicks it out to Wagner. Pass to Bitadze. That one good for two. And it's a 12-point Magic lead.
And after really leaning on that that three-point shot in the first half. Seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Here's Rozier, and it's a great finish! Oh, my.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. They set the pick. Pass to Bitadze. The three. The shot missing. And that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. And so it's Orlando. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammates.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. And it's Wagner in at the three, the small forward. That's who's out there for Orlando. Suggs dishes to Caldwell Pope and stolen by Love. Jaquez against Wagner. Fires the three. Rebound by Paolo Banchero.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Suggs. Carter with a screen on Wiggins. Here's Suggs. And Ware pulls it down. Ware's got his sixth rebound on the night. Here's Highsmith. Now Adebayo. Pass to Ware. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Suggs against Wiggins. Driving inside. And Suggs throws it down.
Just a terrific drive by Suggs. When he sees lanes to the rim open up, he attacks with no hesitation.
And the foul on Wendell Carter. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Hero against Suggs. 6 to shoot. Up it goes, and the Magic lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Hero.
Well, there he is showing off his speed. Hero cuts to find the basket.
Carter kicks to Banchero. Back to Carter. It's tipped. Wiggins outside. Heat moving the ball around. From deep, Adebayo. Offensive rebound. And stolen by Wagner. And he drives in. Got a piece of it. Wiggins surveying the floor. Pass to Adebayo. Here's Ware from the corner. And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Magic leading by 6. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. And here is Suggs. Out to Carter. He tries for 3. The Magic again can't hit. The Heat trail by 6. Highsmith the pass to Adebayo. Here's Highsmith. A minute 42 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Ware. And it's Suggs with the rebound. Suggs has got his 4th rebound in this one. And stolen by Wiggins. Adebayo against Banchero. Adebayo drives in. The layup missed. Orlando, they've gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the 4th. A lot of misses, just the one made. Banchero, a screen on Hero. They need this one, and Adebayo sends it back. Once again off the mark, Orlando. Miami's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Wiggins against Caldwell Pope. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
This has reached desperation time for them.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
And what a huge bucket from Wiggins. The Canadian has continued to build confidence and now wants the big shot. Yeah, good shot.
The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
At the line for Orlando, Jalen Suggs, taking 2 shots. The play is under video review under NBA rules. The officials will have 2 minutes.
The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to make a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Taking care of business at the line. Converting on all those free throws helps them build this lead.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Hero, no good. Here's Suggs. And Suggs throws it down.
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
Here's Hero. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk. Suggs with the ball. And so it's Orlando winning this one. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
inside. Ball is out there with Josh Giddey, and it's Buzelis in at the 3. And so off the tip, it's Miami. So many things to love about opening day. What's tops on your list, RJ?
A lot of things, really. But, man, the energy in the building. This house is rocking. These fans are so pumped up and optimistic about their team right now.
Ball against Hero. Vucevic, a screen on Hero. Here's Ball. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Lots of quick moves inside by Ball to get into great position for the score.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I caught up with head coach Billy Donovan. I asked him outright if he had a plan for Tyler Hero. Coach let me in on their strategy, saying, quote, "We just have to cause problems for him on defense. Hand in the face, crowd him, anything to discourage him from taking shots. So he hopes they can keep Tyler quiet by hassling him all night long." Back to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie.
Yeah, this demonstrates how confident Buzelis is. He knows he can be lethal off the catch.
Ball against Hero. Six on the shot clock. And it's cleared by Vucevic.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
Well, Grant, the Miami Heat are as professionally run as any franchise in this league.
Yeah, and certain numbers point to that. They minimize turnovers, they don't commit cheap fouls, and they hit their free throws. So, in other words, they don't give anything away. Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And Ball gets it to go.
And Ball has put in a lot of work to add that floater to his game.
Hero against Ball. And Hero with the 3.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Ball looks over the floor.
Miami foul. Ware. First personal foul. First team foul.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Ball's doubled. Williams from long range.
I love how focused Bam is on the defensive end, using all of his size to create high-pressure coverage.
That puts him in the lead.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Now Giddey. From deep. The rebound by Ware. Heat leading by 3. Right now, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, there's a nice flow to this offense right now.
The Bulls have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Outside Giddey. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Yeah, look at Giddey stealing the spotlight. What a jam.
Ball against Hero. Pass to Ware. Minute 32 left in the first quarter of the game. Count it. Ware's got 5 now.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And Ball gets it to go. This is why Ball takes a good amount of threes, because he's very accurate and confident from there. Hero against Ball. Hero right side. Lets it go from deep. Rebound by the Bulls. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
They were blown out by this squad last time. Could not stop the bench from scoring. That was the difference.
Too easy for Vucevic. He feeds from these interior spots.
Here's Hero. It falls. He's now 2 of 5 from the field.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Ball against Hero. Good chance here from Vucevic. Again, the Bulls score.
For a true center, Vuce is excellent in that catch and shoot.
Wiggins looking around. Five on the clock. No good on the triple. Ball right side. And Ball throws it down.
I'll tell you what, it's good to be his age.
Yeah, I don't have memories like that at my age, though. Lonzo Ball, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Bulls. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you think about what we've seen here from the Bulls tonight?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
Setting the floor for the Heat. Bam Adebayo is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Tyler Hero, and it's Ware in at the 5, roaming the paint. Hero against Ball. Here's Buzelis. The rebound by Ware.
No defender in sight. He tries to take initiative, but ultimately comes away empty-handed.
Richard, when it comes to the Bulls, they have one of the most committed fan bases in the league.
Yeah, the Chicago fans are for real. The Bulls are routinely at the top of the list for total attendance. Even on the road, they're usually Bulls fans sprinkled into every crowd.
This one for 3. Here's Adebayo. And the big finish by Adebayo.
From role player to all-star, Adebayo has made the leap. Why? Effort plays like that.
Here's Ball. The kick out to Williams. Back to Ball. Williams a screen on Hero. The 3 from Ball. Connects from downtown. Ball's got 12 points in the game.
Known as a pass-first player, you like to see Lonzo call his own number out of that two-man game and be aggressive.
Here's Hero. Misses from close range. Chicago leading by 5. Stolen by Hero. Second quarter, a little over a minute and a half in. Knocked away. From deep, Giddy. And again, it's Chicago with a 3.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Hero outside. Pass to Ware. And now the Bulls in transition. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball.
Miami ball.
And now let's glance at the league's most aggressive defensive teams from last year. The Heat 3rd.
They made life hard on opponents. One of the best defenses in the NBA last year.
Hero with it. Guarded now by Ball. And Tyler Hero hits from deep. Hero's got his 3rd basket on the night right there. Aging in the league can be a difficult process, Richard, but that's something you did very well.
Wow, a compliment. Thank you, B.A. Look, I knew I had to adapt or I would have been out of the league sooner than I wanted to. You have to be able to adapt or die. That's what this league is about.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Vucevic. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. He has 6.
He's so well prepared. Vooch can get the shot out no matter what time is on that clock.
Hero, the pass to Adebayo.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Back to Hero.
2 minutes.
The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. Crafty move. Adebayo, no good. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Good work there as it goes. Giddy's got 5 points now this quarter.
Much more efficient this quarter. Feeling more and more confident.
Hero against Ball. And Josh Giddey is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played,
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Williams, a screen on Hero. Pass to Buzelis. Hero against Ball. Outside, Williams. Just 5 to shoot. And he banks in the layup. And now an 11-point Bulls lead.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Hero against Ball. Hero, no good.
Got the ball where he wanted it, but then got swarmed.
Pass to Vucevic. Here's Buzelis. Back to Vucevic. There's Ball with a 3. That's in there. Vucevic with the assist. Ball's got 15 points.
When he puts it all together, Ball can put on quite a performance.
Hero with it. Guarded by Vucevic. They need this. The offensive rebound.
Yeah, full steam ahead. Hero with the board and bucket.
Chicago leading by 12. Outside Giddey. Pass to Buzelis. Picked by Vucevic. And there's the call. It's on Bam Adebayo. That's his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here's Buzelis. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's Chicago going into the break up 12. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. Back to the game after this break.
Well, right now for the Heat, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah. Changing focus now to the tough first half for the Miami Heat.
You're not going to win many games.
Appreciate you joining.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Boy, it's been quite a game for Lonzo Ball.
Well, if he's hit threes like he did in the first half, he's going to have a monster night.
And let's see if the D adjusts, make life a little more difficult on him.
They've got DeSumo, Zach Collins out there with Taylor Horton-Tucker. Then it's Smith, and it's White in at the point guard position. That's the group for Billy Donovan, getting going here in the second half. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Here's a great quote from Coach Eric Spoelstra, who said, "The Miami Heat culture is a system based on discipline and hard work. We stand for something. That's competition. That's winning. We feel that there's a championship DNA that you can develop." And Brian, they walk the walk.
One of the great organizations in the league, Allie. How about the grit of Ayo DeSumo? You see it in his hustle play, but also his work ethic, RJ.
Yes, he continues to improve, BA. The coach is training him to be shot ready. That's down and low. He's upping his volume and efficiency from long range.
Pass to Smith. Over Robinson. Rebounded by Jovic. Heat trail by 13. Poke loose. And now the Bulls in transition. Here's Horton-Tucker. Here's Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
And I just love how he's making the effort plays that everyone around him appreciates.
It is certainly making an impact tonight.
Offensive rebounding is about hustle and determination. Huge putback, making a statement there.
And he buries that one. Back rim and in. Rozier's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Something lit a fire under them at the half. They started this quarter going 3 for 3 from the floor.
White looking it over. Smith with a screen on Robinson. White can't hit. The Heat have gone 3 of 3 in the second half. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Miami shooting their first free throws of the night.
Shooting for Miami.
That one's no good. And you look around the league, we're witnessing a changing of the guard, Richard. A lot of young teams on the rise.
I think so. LeBron, Curry can only rule the roost for so long. Eventually, that torch has to be passed.
Rozier, left side. That shot missing. Ooh, excellent D there from Smith.
Their first miss since the break. Still, I like how they've come out so far.
Robinson with a steal. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Fires in the triple.
He just didn't like what he saw inside, so he takes the open transition three. But if he missed, Coach might have had some words for him.
Here's White. Softly drops in the floater. White's got 6.
Making the floater look this smooth is not as easy as it looks. It's a challenging shot.
Here's Rozier. Collins with the rebound. And so it's Collins who brings up the ball for the Chicago Bulls. Outside White. And there's 1:45 left in the third. No good with a layup. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. Free throw good, Robinson. Heat trail by 12. And here's Rozier. 1:33 left to play in the third. Pass to Robinson. Clock at 4. Buries it down low. He's got 7.
That lack of defensive intensity is not going to stop a player of his caliber from scoring.
Smith with a screen on Robinson. The Sunmu for 3. Love grabs the miss. The Heat have gotten 5 of 7 attempts in the third quarter. To the paint. Pass to Jovic. Love, a screen on Collins. Tries it from the top of the key. That shot is off. Bulls leading by 10. Here's Horton Tucker. Misses the 3. The Heat shooting the ball at 48% so far. There's a screen by Love. Launches a 3. Rebound by the Bulls.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that open.
Collins passes to Horton Tucker. Fires for 3. Knocks it down from distance. Horton Tucker's got his first 3 points of the game. Rozier outside from deep. The shot no good. And so it's the Chicago Bulls in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the... And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
There wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a 6th sense.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And let's take a look at Miami. We've got Kevin Love. Duncan Robinson is out there with Terry Rozier. Then it's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Jovic in at the 4-man spot. Back to Giddey. To the inside. Vucevic. And the power finish by Vucevic.
When he's within range, Vuce is going at the rim, and he's going at it hard.
Love, a screen on Ball. Outside Love. Pass to Robinson from outside the arc. Chicago with a rebound. Vucevic has got 5 rebounds tonight.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Outside Jaquez. Goes back up. Lets a floater go. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Buzelis. Vucevic, a screen on Rozier. Three-pointer, Buzelis. The shot no good.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense.
Robinson can't hit. Chicago leading by 13. And a fast break now for the Bulls. And it's Buzelis that time on the assist from Williams. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one. Giddey against Robinson. Love the screen on Giddey. For 3, Robinson. Miami, no good that time either. The Bulls have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Outside, Williams. And foul on Patrick Williams. That's his first foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
So Miami ends up going with a new group. Hero for 3. And his 5th make of the game in 12 attempts.
Yeah, and this is why Hero was a lottery pick back in 2019, because of how incredible of a scorer he can be.
Ball against Hero. It's Giddey on the wing. Pass to Vucevic. Off target with the 3. Heat trail by 12. And he lobs it up to the rim. Hero outside. Adebayo sets a screen. Hero with the bucket. Hero's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, busting his way inside. Hero making sure he kept moving toward the hoop.
Williams with the screen. Pass to Buzelis.
2 minutes.
Fires the 3. Sends it home from three-point land. And the Bulls lead by 13.
And with a smooth shot like that, I expect Buzelis to hit a ton of three-pointers during his career.
Hero for 3. He can't hit that time.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
1:31 left to play in the fourth quarter. Here's Buzelis. And it's good. 2 points.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the Bulls.
When you look at their assist totals, you can see why it was easier for them to score. The ball was really popping tonight.
And good things seem to happen when you're patient and willing to make the next pass. Their offense has flowed really well.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
They have proven to simply be the better team of the two, winning all 4 games in this season series.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Lonzo Ball.
And he was getting buckets all night long, giving the defense that work.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Outside Giddey. Picked by Vucevic. And it's Giddey missing. 34 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Wiggins against Williams. Three-pointer. And it's cleared by Vucevic. They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, B.A. They deserve the win.
And Wiggins has got the ball here for the Heat. It's a 14-point game. So no problem for Chicago as they get the win. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.A. They played with great intensity on both ends of the floor.
Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. And it's Wagner in its small forward. And for Chicago, Vucevic in its center with Williams next to him. All out there with Josh Giddey. And it's Buzelis in at the three. Here they are, game one of the season. Wow, it's fun to be here. And Clark, this is the culmination of all the hard work put in over the summer.
Yeah, you talk to the players on both sides, and there's optimism about this upcoming year. We'll see if that optimism is justified over time.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Stolen by Ball. And that comes off the assist by Giddey.
Well, I tell you what, Ball doing a nice job using his size down in the post, rising up above his defender to get that one to go down.
Suggs dishes to Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
And, you know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
For Chicago, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Here's Ball, and Ball slams it in.
Well, you can't let Ball get this deep. I mean, once he's this close to the rim, that far inside, he's ready for the throwdown.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Pass to Vucevic. Here's Giddey. Williams has a screen for Giddey. The kick out to Williams. 5 to shoot. At the teardrop. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. And it's Orlando's ball. It's a 3-point game. Their last encounter was in Orlando.
Yeah, and what a gut-wrencher it was for them last time they met. Ended up on the losing side in that one.
Typically, there's one statistic that jumps out at you when you're looking at what decided the game. And in that one, it was all about the rebounding battle.
Now, here's Wagner. Jalen Suggs unable to get his last shot to go. Wagner, a screen on Giddey. And it's Banchero missing. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works for the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
And that one's good, Wagner.
Wagner will battle you inside now. He's not afraid to embrace and even initiate contact.
Ball kicks to Vucevic. Back to Ball. He takes it in, and Ball slams it in.
Man, he's got great speed, Ball does. This guy is really good at finding ways to slither through the defense.
Carter sets the pick for Suggs. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Bulls leading by 3. Ball surveying the defense. And Ball slams it in.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Carter, the pass to Wagner. Misses the wing J.
You know, the fact is, he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
They get the rebound. Here's Giddey. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
I think Caldwell Pope has done a nice job developing into a legit deep ball threat.
Giddey, no one around him. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And that one goes out of bounds. They say last touch by Ball. .50 seconds left here in the first quarter. Suggs, that's in there. Carter with the assist.
Hey, you can see that former football player mentality and history on display with Suggs. He is fearless.
A wide open look here for Vucevic. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
Well, the defense got lucky there with him missing it, but they don't want to chance that again.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
And Suggs throws it down.
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
Outside Ball. A three-pointer off the mark. Now Suggs pushing it up. No one to stop him.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
He got it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. It's been all about Lonzo Ball for the Bulls. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
So on the floor for Orlando, Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. In the backcourt for him, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. And it's Carter in at the 5. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are one or two of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
Williams' shot is off. Orlando leading. To the middle. And then Carter with the dunk.
With obvious length and jumping ability, Carter Jr. can get it coin above the rim and make it look easy.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Last season, the Magic retired the first jersey number in their franchise's history, that of our esteemed colleague and Hall of Famer, Shaquille O'Neal. Orlando's #1 pick back in 1992. Shaq went on to lead them to their first NBA Finals appearance in 1995. The honor is well-deserved, Kevin.
Yep, he's our teammate, isn't he, David? We love him as a guy, and we love him as a player. And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season has really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round. But it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars.
Pass to Wagner. From beyond the arc. And Carter with the basket on the assist from Wagner. Carter's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And slam dunk by Vucevic.
All the reach you need to throw it down there. Vucevic making it look easy.
Suggs with the ball, now guarded by Ball. And injuries derailed last season for the Bulls. But with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over.
And the future Suggs has is certainly promising. An effective combo guard who can really get it going at times.
That one's good, and the Magic lead is cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Ball.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Caldwell Pope for 3. Kept alive. Here's Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
And great attention to detail from Banchero on the play, making sure he's there to get the ball and send it back.
Now, here's Vucevic. He's coming off a 16-point game against Miami. Ball, no good.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the
Knocked
first
loose.
half.
It's stolen by Buzelis. Vucevic a screen on Suggs. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
And throwing it down, not necessarily Buzelis' game, but don't give him that much space.
Caldwell Pope against Giddey. Carter dishes to Caldwell Pope. Stolen by Ball. Plays it in off the breakaway. And now just a 1-point Magic lead.
Yeah, Ball snuck out there capitalizing in transition, but his speed part of that equation too. Good job by Ball.
Knocked away and stolen by Williams. And Williams throws it down.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
And Chicago has possession. Jalen Suggs unable to get his last shot to go. Outside, Ball. Just 5 on the clock. Williams sets a screen for Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Yeah, you got to admire really how smoothly Ball takes over games with the scoring. I mean, he knows he can pretty much get his shot off at any time from any spot.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. 5 points in the game. Drains it from beyond the arc.
For 3.
19 seconds left here in the second. Ball against Suggs. And the shot goes down. Ball's got 17 now.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Inside, it's stolen by Vucevic. Here's Giddey. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. It's been all about Lonzo Ball for Chicago. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
32.
Well, one stat in their favor is the one they haven't been racking up, turnovers. They've been very precise.
All right, fellas. Thank you for being with us.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. We're seeing a tremendous game from Lonzo Ball.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Talen Horton-Tucker out there with Jalen Smith. Then there's Dosunmu, and it's Kobe White, and it's Collins in at the center. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Wagner very comfortable throwing his weight around. That's 2 physical points from him.
White left side. Here's Dosunmu. Out to White. Just 5 to shoot. Collins setting the big for White. It's blocked. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Here's Smith, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
And that rejection had some mustard on it. Huge, huge play.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
A nice shot by Black. And it's a 3-point Magic lead.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
And when you talk to people about the Bulls, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well. But the results haven't been there.
Hey, at 6'11", 245, and nothing extra, the sheer size of Wagner is a problem.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And converted more than 4 out of every 5 free throw attempts last year. So just solid at the line.
And guys, if a game was coming down to the wire and an opponent needed to foul, I mean, he was the guy they wanted with the ball in his hands. I mean, shooting the free throws because of his proficiency there.
Now here's White. Here he goes, and White slams it in.
Yeah, under control. White has those short, quick strides.
Orlando's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3 ball here. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Black laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Black's got 5 points now in the quarter.
A nice start to the second half. Just 1 miss in their first 5 attempts.
Pass to Horton Tucker. Smith with it. Here's Dosunmu. Off target from outside.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
De Silva, no good. Bulls trail by 3. Dosunmu, the pass to White. Now here's Dosunmu. D right on him.
2 minutes remaining
in the corner. Collins with it. Pass to Horton Tucker. Comes up empty from 19 feet out.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
De Silva, no good. Bulls have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm.
Great idea to pull up and take the transition 3 there. The D was in position to block his path to the hoop if he took it inside.
Lets it go from deep. Black, no good. Chicago has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Collins finds White.
Orlando foul. Block. First personal foul. First team foul.
1:16 left to play in the third. Kicks it out to Collins. 6 on the shot clock. Collins a screen on Isaac. Here's Horton Tucker. Offensive rebound. Pass to Dosunmu. Back to Collins for the lead. Out left of the wing. For the 3.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but On occasion, you'll have periods like this.
And Isaac throws it down.
Yeah, those long strides of Isaac's, they allow him to get behind the defense and gobble up a lot of ground in the open court.
Out to Smith. Pass to Collins. Collins setting the big for White. From the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. White's got 8 points in the quarter.
And you have got to honor White on the perimeter. Once he gets comfortable from there, it's going to be bad news for the defense.
Wagner has screen on White. Black. Gets it off. No good on the last second attempt there. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this one?
Yeah, and as a two guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it's really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. Sliding in at the wing, we'll see Caldwell Pope and Wagner. Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. And it's Suggs in at the point guard position. Here's ball. Jalen Suggs making his last shot. Ball kicks to Vucevic. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ball's got 4 assists now tonight.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Suggs passes to Caldwell Pope. Now Banchero. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024, Paolo Banchero.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. Rebounded by Vucevic. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Chicago. The lead is 2. Pass to Vucevic. Here's Buzelis. He's covered by Banchero. Here's Vucevic. Good work defensively by Carter.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lane.
Count it, and the foul. It's going to go on Buzelis.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Now, here's Ball. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
That's only the first turnover, guys. He's been safe as an option for them at the offensive end.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. And it's Banchero missing. Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Vucevic setting the big for Ball. Pass to Vucevic. Williams with the ball. Here's Giddey. And the Bulls with another miss. Orlando leading. And there's the drive. And Suggs throws it down.
Tell you what, off the drive, Suggs vertical, really something to behold. Good luck trying to stop this guy when he comes at you like that.
Now, here's Ball. Right wing. Vucevic setting the pick for Buzelis. And it's sent back by Carter.
Wendell Carter Jr. at 6'11", able to use his great length to get the block right there. Impressive.
5 on the clock. And Vucevic kicks to Giddey. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic. Giddey's got it all tied up now for the Bulls. Suggs against Ball. Outside for Caldwell Pope.
2 minutes remaining.
Carroll, a screen on Giddy. Caldwell Pope, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. And the Magic lead by 2.
Nothing like being assertive and aggressive in critical spots. KCP coming through for his team.
Outside, Ball. Out to the right wing. Fires from deep. They get it back. Pass to Vucevic. Giddy with it. Now, Buzelis. Williams has a screen for Buzelis. The kick out to Williams. Over Banchero. Williams' shot is off. The Magic have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Suggs looking around. And Suggs throws it down.
Jalen Suggs was known for knocking down big-time hoops in college, and we're already seeing it translate here in the NBA as well. Great confidence from that young man.
Now, here's Ball. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Money! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
Suggs against Ball. Suggs passes to Carter. It's hauled in by the Bulls. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. Ball against Caldwell Pope. Outside, Ball. Pass to Vucevic. Back to Ball. Over Carter. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. And so the big win by Orlando in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with the
NBA's sports. We're in. I'll look at Orlando's opening lineup. Banchero and Carter Jr. make up the front court. The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell Pope, and it's Wagner in at the 3 spot. And for the Heat, they've got Andrew Wiggins. He's out there with Bam Adebayo, and it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. It's that time of the year, everyone. Opening night for these two teams in this new NBA season.
And we've been waiting all summer, BA, to kick this thing off. So much excitement, so much hope, so much possibility. I'm sure both of these teams are going to come out with a lot of jitters and nervous energy, but we're going to settle in. We're going to see the highest level of play right in front of us. It's time for the NBA to get it started.
Here's Highsmith. The Magic making their last shot. The rebound by Carter.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
And I like the shot selection. Suggs recognizes when to look to score inside.
So it's Miami now, following the bucket by the Magic. Adebayo from long range. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall.
Yeah, a little bit surprising he hasn't connected on at least one of his 3 shots yet, but he's going to keep shooting.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Hero against Suggs. Hero outside. They set the screen. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
And a nice 6 cents back there from Hero using that pick and roll.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Just moments ago, Eric Spoelstra and I were able to chat. I asked him how he plans to slow down Paolo Banchero, and Coach told me, look, he's an all-star, so you've got to guard him with your whole team. He's big, he's strong, he can punish you down low, but he's also quick and has the ability to beat you on the perimeter. We'll have to be disciplined tonight, B.A.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Here's Hero. Orlando making their last shot. Takes a 3. That one misses. He's 1 for 3.
So far, the team just 1 of 5, and that rim shrinking.
Here's Suggs. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
A bigger guard, Suggs fearless inside.
These are his first free throws of the game.
Jalen Suggs.
So he gets them both.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Now here's Hero. They really needed more from him in the loss to Cleveland. That one goes in.
Fighting the inside defender, Hero really works to get to the bucket.
And Grant, the Heat last season retiring Udonis Haslam's number 40.
Yeah, he played his entire 2-decade career in his hometown of Miami. And for all of his contributions on the court, he meant to this organization off the floor was just as important.
Love it when Hero gets in there and goes strong like that because he can bully sometimes on the drive.
Suggs against Wiggins. Banchero with a screen on Wiggins. The kick out to Banchero. Knocks down the triple. Banchero's got 5 now.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Hero against Suggs. Pass to Adebayo. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
Too much to worry about with Bam when he's in the post and on the elbow making plays. And now he's making threes? Wow.
Oh, rejected by Wiggins. Adebayo finds Hero. Back to Adebayo. And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Just 5 on the clock. Wiggins outside. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by Carter. Magic leading by 6. And Carroll right side. On the attack, Carter. Blocked! 55 seconds left in the first. Here's Wiggins. Lays it up and banks it in.
I think there were some toughness questions around Andrew Wiggins. Not anymore. This guy has become a pretty gritty player.
The 3 from Suggs. He buries it from 3. He's got 11.
Yeah, he's been having his way this quarter, attacking the basket and protecting their lead.
On the attack, Hero, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
In the flash, Tyler Hero makes his way to the inside. Misuse of his athleticism.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Sinks that one from the post.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Hero, and that one is hammered home.
And Hero with the heroic stand.
Orlando leading by 5. Now Suggs. He's got 11. Kicks it out to Wagner. Counted.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Out of bounds. It'll be Orlando's ball.
Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. Can't give away possessions like that.
Well, offense is the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Magic up by... Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And for Orlando, what jumps out to you guys, stat-wise?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
Bam Adebayo is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Tyler Hero, and it's Ware in at the 5. So that's who Miami starts the second with.
Come on now, if you want to talk about a crazy vertical, that was that. I mean, it was ridiculous. And then add in the extended hang time. Ooh. Oh, my.
Now here's Suggs, tightly guarded. Carter can't get it to go. He got it. No doubt that's a foul, and it's going to be a transition take foul. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Graham. Is the league too offensive at the moment, do you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
The 3 is up. Offensive rebound.
Get out of the way!
Wow!
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Oh, he touched it while it was over the cylinder. That's offensive basket interference. Magic leading by 4. You know, he's 6'9". Brent, would you call Bam Adebayo a small ball center?
If you were standing in front of him, B.A., would you do that? I don't know if I want to do that. I want to ask Bam what he wants to be called, whether it's center or forward. It doesn't really much matter. This guy can play both ends of the floor and can dominate a game. He's got great strength, great length, and continues to grow his game.
Hero outside. Pass to Adebayo. Counted from distance. Adebayo's got his second bucket on the night.
I love the rise and fire approach from Bam. You can see how effective that is.
Picked by Carter. The 3 from Suggs. Miami grabs the miss. It's Adebayo, high post. He's got 6. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. And Adebayo slams it in.
And for Bam, it doesn't get any easier than that.
The Magic have gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. Suggs, left side. Hero against Caldwell Pope. Good D by Adebayo. And Wiggins has got the ball here for the Miami Heat. They trail by 1. Shrugs off the contact and dunks it home. He'll go to the line.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Orlando has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. For 3, Caldwell Pope. Highsmith grabs the board. And it's Miami's ball. They've got a 13-2 run going. Ooh, poked away. And stolen by Banchero. The finish! Running the floor, Banchero.
Using his defense to generate his offense. Banchero being rewarded for hustling on defense.
Pass to Ware. Hero outside. 1:51 left in the first half of basketball. Clock at 6. Here's Ware. Up and over Carter. Tipped away. Caldwell Pope against Hero. And that's good. Contavious Caldwell Pope for 3. Now it's a 3-point Magic lead.
Well, not a volume shooter, but the 3-point percentages from KCP, they're solid.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, Paolo Banchero grew up in Seattle playing pros every summer, and that gave him a huge leg up in the NBA. He said, quote, "They always tell me it's not as hard as you think. You just have to be focused and locked in." That's what led to me having that demeanor. Brian?
The 2023 Rookie of the Year, Allie. He hit the ground running. The 3 from Banchero. It's hauled in by the Heat. Ware's got his 4th rebound in this one. Adebayo in the post. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
There's 53 seconds left in the first half. Adebayo from long range. The rebound by Carter. Carter's got 4 rebounds in the game.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Suggs, the pass to Carter. And it's Miami with a rebound. Ware's got 5 rebounds tonight.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
Miami shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. The first free throw is good.
Now at the line, Hayward.
And so he makes both from the line. 30 seconds left in the second. For 3, Caldwell Pope. Kept alive. Suggs outside. Fires the 3. Ooh, making his presence felt here. He's now 6 for 9 in this game.
Yeah, good to see Suggs bury the triple. This will only help with his confidence.
Up top, Hero. He's got 13. Adebayo, a screen on Suggs. Hero for 3. And Andrew Wiggins gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First personal foul.
The 3 from Suggs. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And we're through the first half of play here. Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
Fans, please.
This is why so many teams are trying to play with pace. The defense just couldn't match up with them in the space.
Okay, so now, and that is going to do it.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Jalen Suggs with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's been on the attack, playing hard and going right to the rim.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
Here's who Jamal Mosley is starting the second half with. Jonathan Isaac is out there with Mo Wagner. Then it's Goga Batadze, and it's Black in at the point guard. And it's in there. Black's got 5 points now this quarter.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Right side, Robinson. Pass to Jovic. 6 to shoot. Rebound by the Magic. Second half rolling along. About a minute played here. Here's Black. He's got 5. Picked by Isaac. Here's De Silva from downtown. And again, it's Orlando with a 3.
How about that? Coming out to start the half, a perfect 3 of 3.
Rozier outside. Can they get it? On the take. And he can't jam it through. Orlando leading by 10. And the Magic pushing it up now. And he slams it in one-handed.
I just love how he runs the floor with energy and intensity, but still stays under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action. Rozier looking around. Driving to the basket. And yep, it's good.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
Orlando has gone 2 for 2 from deep here in the third. Isaac with a screen on Jaquez. Black. Sweet little floater. Black's got 7 points for the quarter.
And right now, that's 5 buckets in a row. Looking like a well-oiled machine coming out of the break.
Pass to Jovic. Puts up a 3. Orlando with the rebound.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Inside. The 3. Sinks the tray.
Love can scan the floor. He's always looking for the late cutter and patient with that decision.
Isaac outside. Here's De Silva. Second shot opportunity. There's the 3. Offensive rebound. Shot is good by Isaac.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
On the attack, Rozier. It's rebounded by Batadze. Magic leading by 11. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. That free throw good from Isaac.
You know, Isaac had some injury struggles in his career, but he hasn't let that deter him. He still plays with a lot of intensity and gives this game his all. Incredible. It sometimes falls to the point guard to be the offensive catalyst.
Seems like he always knows when his squad needs a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. All right, with this break, let's take a look at the teams that were the toughest to score against last year. Miami, 3rd. 4th, the Magic.
And what stuck out to me is how intense both of these teams were on D last season. Neither giving up many points to opposing teams.
We've got 1:28 left in the third quarter. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
This Magic team is making moves in the East. Star forward Paolo Banchero said, "We're a lot more competitive. We know we're talented. We can play with anybody, and we've proven it. Just one game at a time." Brian?
Got to take that. And they've stopped the action here. They're using their coach's challenge.
We've We've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
And Batadze gets it to go. Batadze's got his second basket of the night.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, the thing is, they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now. Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Keeping his head up and staying patient. This is what you love to see from Rozier as a playmaker.
Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And he's going for the lob. Stolen by Rozier. Wagner against Robinson. The three. And they'll get another chance. Outside Jaquez. Beyond the arc. That shot off. And so it's Orlando with an impressive 16-point lead heading into the break. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. They've got Terry Rozier. He's out there with Duncan Robinson. Jaime Jaquez out there with Kevin Love. And it's Jovic in at the power forward position. That's the group on the floor for Miami. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Magic?
Well, the defense looks helpless trying to contain them in the open floor, and they've continued to exploit this advantage.
And there's been another bonus to what's happened with them tonight, and that's the offensive rebounding. They're boxing out, they're getting up extra shots. It could be a difference maker in the result.
Carter, a screen on Wiggins. It's Suggs with a drive. Now here's Wiggins. Shot clock at 6. The three ball. And it's Orlando with a rebound. They led by as many as 18.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well. He will muscle his way down the lane. Watch out when Banchero comes tumbling by.
Hero against Suggs. Hero, the pass to Adebayo. And there's the call on Banchero. That's his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Magic on D. It's a 14-point game. Here's where. That one goes. Count it.
Pulling no punches, attacking the heart of that defense.
Wiggins against Suggs. And there's the call. It's on Bam Adebayo. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Orlando with the ball. Here's Suggs. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Sturdy play by Suggs. He doesn't let the hit mess with his shot, and he's going to the line.
That's good from Suggs. Heat trail by 15. Hero outside. And he goes in for the dunk.
Pretty much having the green light on the offensive end. Tyler Hero gets explosive to score.
And here's Suggs. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Suggs.
Yeah, he loses concentration just for a moment. Might be getting a little complacent sitting on this lead.
Hero outside. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. The shot that time not on target.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
The Heat have got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter. Wiggins for 3. Wiggins for the triple.
Well, right now, helping the offense out by creating space. Wiggins deadly enough from that spot.
Suggs with the bucket.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Adebayo, a screen on Suggs. Pass to Adebayo. To the middle. Here's Highsmith. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a 3-point play. That's on Wendell Carter. No need to rush here. Take your time.
Take your time. This is where you can reset and try to get a good shot.
Pass to Carter. Back to Suggs. 6 on the shot clock. The Magic need to put one up here. Ooh, a good look from Carter. And it's Orlando with another.
Excellent job by Carter Jr. recognizing the situation and getting the shot off in a hurry.
And there's a pick. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
I like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
If Carter Jr. can become more consistent from deep, he could really enhance his game as a scorer.
Hero, the pass to Highsmith. And he banks in the layup.
It's nice they found their rhythm here, but the clock is just not their friend.
Yeah, it's tough to mount a comeback like this and then fall oh so short. I'm sure that's weighing on them just a little bit.
And here we go, the Heat fast break. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to go on Jalen Suggs.
Wiggins assertive on the drive that time, going right into the foul while he was shooting.
Both shots good from the strike. 46 seconds left in the fourth. Suggs outside. Banchero with it. Now Wiggins defending. The 3 from Suggs. Oh, he pipes it. 9 for 14 and showing no let up.
And they came in here with some attitude and it brought out their best play.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight. Getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Carter, a screen on Hero. The 3 from Suggs. And again, it's Orlando with a 3.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
So it's the Magic winning this one easily. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were.
opening night, one of the best dates on the calendar. I know you're as excited as I am.
I sure am. Finally, Kevin, we get some games that count. We've been waiting months for tonight, and I love how at this point, everybody has playoff aspirations.
A lot of optimism, isn't there, Coach?
There sure is. This is the best day of the year.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. All out there with Josh Giddey. And it's Buzelis in at the small forward. Here's Ball. It's good.
And how clever is this guy? I mean, just no fear going with the soft, high-arcing floater.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, I did speak with head coach Eric Spoelstra. Dealing with Lonzo Ball's playmaking was at the front of his mind. He told me Lonzo's a tremendous decision maker, so we've got to be quick to close off the passing lanes. We can't let him create easy baskets. The goal is to keep Ball's impact as a playmaker down to a minimum. Guys, back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. Williams finds Giddey. And the Bulls get it back. Here's Booth.
And it's a great finish! Oh, my.
And we talk about how long Buzelis is. There, he showcases it on the offensive glass.
And staying a positive for the Bulls over the last couple seasons. They've really done a good job of taking care of the ball.
Yeah, Kevin, that's been an emphasis for them. You don't want to beat yourself. So you look up and down the roster, it's a pretty disciplined group, but it's also the kind of thing that can change from year to year.
Ball gets to Vucevic. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. The Heat have gone 2 of 3 here to start off the game.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Buzelis with the ball. He's against Wiggins. It's stolen. Ware passes to Hero. Down low. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Hero keeping the defense guessing.
Bulls trail by 4. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. It's stolen by Adebayo. In transition, here comes Miami. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Ball against Hero. Shot to stop the run. Ball no good. Miami leading by 6. Greg, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking. They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flows.
And Ball is certainly capable of throwing it down thanks to his size. I mean, easily lifting off the ground and just finishing that one with authority.
They stand from 15 feet in. Not many players more dangerous in this NBA than Bam Adebayo.
No, there's not, Kevin. He's got the total package when he gets in the mid-range area on down. He can shoot the mid-range jumper above the rim to finish. He can score with his back to the basket, and he's an outstanding passer.
We haven't even mentioned his defense, right? Because his defense is off the charts.
Always an all-defense consideration. Well, when the moment is right, Vucevic can be an effective spot-up shooter.
Pass to Wiggins. And Wiggins throws it down.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Ball kicks to Vucevic. And Ball gets it to go on the assist by Vucevic. 6 points for Lonzo Ball. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for Miami. 6-point game. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
There's 21 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Adebayo passes to Wiggins. Into the lane, and it's Wiggins with the jam.
And he has a knack to score on the move. Wiggins stays in control even when he's at full speed.
Ball feeling it out a bit. Shots over Hero, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Miami Heat. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Miami?
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And another thing, guys, they've been very active tonight, frequently creating scoring opportunities off turnovers.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. Josh Giddey is out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's Buzelis in at the 3 spot. There's Ball with the 3. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
Yeah, I tell you, it's unorthodox to watch, but Ball shoots the ball with tremendous rhythm and confidence from beyond.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck. The breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. Greg, that's some big dough.
Is it ever? It remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while. Slick drive by Buzelis. He moves well for a guy that size.
Ball kicks to Vucevic. Back to Ball. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. And now let's have a look at the teams that were last year's best from the free throw line. The Heat in 5th.
Very reliable. No question, they punish teams for sending them to the free throw line.
Ball against Hero. The 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
Yeah, they were just wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
Yeah, they were coughing it up all over the place. For whatever reason, they could not find the handle.
Clock at 6. Vucevic with it. Picked up by Hero. Pass to Buzelis. No good on the 3. The Heat leading by 5. Wiggins outside. Takes it. Oh, wow! What a quick move inside.
That is incredible.
And what a powerful player Wiggins can be. Dunks like this remind you of that elite level athleticism.
Buzelis' shot is good.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Hero against Ball. Hero passes to Ware. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Ware's got 7 points in the game. Ball against Wiggins. 1:43 left to play here in the half. Here's Buzelis. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
And what can Adebayo do? I mean, gets the tough rebounds, scores the tough baskets, and then makes the right pass.
Back to Ball. Pass to Vucevic. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Hero against Ball. Hero passes to Highsmith. Wiggins, a screen on Giddey. Here's Highsmith. He's guarded by Williams. From outside the arc. Where, no good. Bulls trail by 7. Giddey kicks the ball. Here's Buzelis. And a miss there on the triple. For Miami, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Giddey against Wiggins. From downtown, Ball with the rebound. Off in time, and it's good. But hold on, the officials may want to look at that one on the replay model.
Allowed to review the play.
Yeah, officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving a little doubt.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we read. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
25.
Bam has been the man in the first half. He's on. Not a lot of guys can keep up with him. So mobile.
Taking a peek now. That'll do it for our show today.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. We're seeing a tremendous game from Lonzo Ball.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
Rozier's out there with Duncan Robinson. Then there's Jaime Jaquez. Then there's Kevin Love, and it's Jovic in at the 4 spot. It's the group on the floor for Miami.
And this really speaks to Robinson's shooting ability, that he can hit a shot through a foul.
Miami shooting their first free throw of the evening. And as a coach, what were some of your favorite parts, Stan, of life on the road?
Well, Kevin, we get treated really well on the road in the NBA. I mean, you travel on great charters. People take care of your bags. We stay in great hotels. But my favorite part of being on the road was when we were on our way home. Easier to win at home, family at home. That was the favorite part of it.
How about the bonding experience that a lot of coaches talk about when you're out there kind of alone against the forces, just you and your team?
Well, I definitely think players bond on trips like that because they're not going in different directions. They team to spend time together. I don't think any of them ever wanted to spend time with me.
Shot by Collins, no good.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, Kobe White became one of the top candidates last season for Most Improved Player. He says, I always tried to just let the work show. I wanted to prove that I could be a starting guard in this league. I've just got to continue to get better every day, be aggressive, and be who I am. Kevin, back to you.
All right, D.A., love that attitude. Smith wide open, he fires. Hits the three-point bomb. Smith's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Rozier kicks to Robinson. Launches a three. Miami no good on that time either. And so White will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Trailing by 5. So Stan, you can talk about this. We always hear about heat culture with the Miami franchise. from top to bottom. Everybody is all in and focused in one direction, aren't they?
Yeah, Kevin, I think that is the greatest strength the Heat have had as an organization is they are all on the same page. And I think they've done it in large part is they have great continuity. If you just look up and down their staff, guys have been there forever. And that allows them to have a very consistent culture.
And teams have tried to copy that, and it's been very hard, hasn't it?
Well, it's been hard because the part they leave out is the consistency part. You can't build that kind of culture when you're making changes with your coaching staff and your front office every 2 to 3 years.
You know, and every year it just seems like Rozier gets better. You see his drive, the hunger, the desire to keep improving.
Hey, Coach, one area the Bulls can struggle with, defending the outside shot.
Yeah, Kevin, they've been very poor the last few seasons on that front. Not closing out, missing assignments. It's strange because they were once elite in that regard under Donovan.
Outside Robinson. In deep. It's good. Robinson's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Proving he's more than just a perimeter threat. Nice job by Robinson inside there.
Here's White, and White with the stuff.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Rozier up top, White covering. Rozier against White, puts the move on. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
You know, Stan, I've always thought that your path, kind of like Billy Donovan's, going from the college game to the pro game, both enjoying success, very, very similar path.
Except for one thing, Kevin, Billy could actually play. I couldn't. So, you know.
Well, you're not being
Billy
fair to yourself now. Come on.
Billy was a great college player, and I think, Kevin, Billy Donovan's the most underrated coach in the NBA. This guy's a surefire Hall of Famer, back-to-back national titles in college, and then you look at the consistent success he has had in the NBA with teams. This guy is as good as anyone in the country, heck, anyone in the world coaching basketball.
Well said. White goes in, and White slams it in.
Well, at first, White shows the burst, then the control off the drive.
Jaquez outside. It'll count. Oh, my goodness, with no time left on the clock.
Without a moment to spare, he got.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Heat lead by 5. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. On the court for Chicago to start the fourth. Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. All out there with Josh Giddey. And it's Buzelis in at the small forward. And Ball slams it in.
And the confidence just oozing out of Ball right now. He feels like he can get any shot he wants. You can ill afford to let him get into a rhythm.
Love with the screen on Giddey. Here's Robinson, and he banks in the layup. And the Heat lead by 7.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And it's Ball out of the rafters. He punched it in.
Are you kidding me?
And I'll tell you what, Ball has some nifty dunks up his sleeve, effortlessly getting off the ground to bash that one in.
Rozier the pass to Jovic. outside Robinson. Launches it. Robinson missing again.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Giddy, no one around him. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 4 assists now tonight. Rozier looking around. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Driving in. Plays it up and banks it in. Rozier's got 10 points in just the second half.
And we continue to see Rozier taking on more responsibility offensively. Nice finish inside.
Rozier against Ball. Vucevic setting the pick for Ball. To the wing on the left. And with that, the Heat lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Vucevic.
Yeah, defensively, you have to keep track of Vucevic at the arc. He takes those shots when he's open.
Jaquez outside with the drive, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Vital points there from Jaquez, answering the call.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Here's Vucevic. And it's Giddy in the corner. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic. Giddy's got the game tied up here for Chicago.
Oh, stone cold stuff there from Josh Giddey. Big time shot in the moment.
Adebayo with a screen on Ball. Hero passes to Adebayo. Hero against Ball. Lets it go from the wing. Hero no good.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
Ball against Hero. Vucevic setting the pick for Ball. Going inside, and Ball slams it in.
And Ball is not going to back down in these moments. In fact, he embraces being the man when it's a big possession.
Shots good by Hero.
Well, they really needed a hoop, and Hero steps up.
Here's Buzelis.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Adebayo with a screen on Ball. Pass to Adebayo. Here's Highsmith. Hero with the screen on Giddy. Highsmith from outside off the mark. 2 points here might be all the cushion they need.
You would think so. This game is theirs for the taking.
Vucevic setting the pick for Ball. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Fires it up. Oh, wow. Unable to get a shot off in time, and they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up a shot clock violation. 11 seconds left in the game. Higgins outside. Can't knock in the three. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game.
The end of the game.
This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy.